Great, thank you. Okay, so you're all very welcome back to our committee meeting this morning. We just now need to agree some of the follow-up actions and requests from our deliberations of the clauses 1 and 2 on the signed language bill. So I'll go through them now and you can keep me right. So for clause 1, there was one item of clarification we were going to seek from the Department of Communities, and that's to confirm that deaf, blind and tactile is actually included in clause 1 and then explained in the explanatory and financial memorandum. Okay. So we're going to write to the department for that there. Is the committee agreed for us to do that?
Agreed.
Great, thank you. And then clause 2. So in 2.1, first of all, we're going to ask the department's view on the feasibility of removing all from the word promote until appropriate. See if they would be content with that there, or what their views on it are, I suppose. So the Department of Communities must promote and then remove that until appropriate, yeah. Okay, until 2A. So members agreed for us to do that there?
Agreed.
Okay. And on 2.2, so initially we're going to ask the department if it's appropriate for us to add part C and D. So for part C to include deaf adults, and then for part C to include children of deaf adults as well. D, yes, C and D, yeah. C for deaf adults and D for children of deaf adults. So are members content for us to ask the department that?
Yeah, great.
Thank you. And then in part 3, so 2.3, where it says here, children or persons under 19 years of age, to get an update from the department who we're going to look at changing that their age to 21 or 25, and really to tell them that the committee's view would be to increase it to 25, but just to get their views on it at this stage. Everyone happy with that there?
Yep. Great.
Thank you. Okay, and also in clause 2, so 2.2, to add the prevention of language deprivation, and ask the department on their view. So straight after diagnosis to
prevent language deprivation.
So I think that was raised a number of times throughout our meetings with different stakeholders and that was one of the big issues. So we'll ask the department if they're willing
for a view.
Yeah, for a view not there, and if they're willing to put in a clause on that. And then I think it's down to the last two. So clause 11, although not directly linked to, not directly under clause 1 and 2 obviously, but to change the word part to this act, so to reference in the entire deaf community instead of those that just use BSL or ISL. It does go further than that. And then I think finally to write to the department as well to ask for their definition of promotion in regards to the entire bill.
Okay.
So are members content that we seek clarifications and views from the department on all those issues?
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. Great. Thank you. Okay. And members, as a follow-up action from the committee's engagement with representatives of the deaf-blind community just before recess, and based on some of the challenges that they'd outlined in terms of getting to the event here in Stormont, I propose that we write to the Minister for Infrastructure and TransLink to request that pictorial signage be included in public transport stations, and that conductors and staff receive deaf and deaf-blind awareness training. I think even in another session we had with deaf children, they talked about this as well, about you know, the use of train stations and that there.
Train stations was the big one, they said, because I mean even us as fully hearing people can sometimes find it very difficult to understand the tannoy system. So they referenced an example of standing on a platform and not knowing that their train was delayed or had moved platforms. So absolutely.
Yeah. So he's happy for us to, as a committee, to write off to the Infrastructure Minister and ask for that there.
Yeah,
thank you. Any other follow-up actions from that closed session? Content? No? Okay. Alright, so we'll move on to agenda item 12, which is the forward work programme. So a copy of the forward work programme is at page 516. Let me just get this up. Are you all happy with the forward work programme, or have you any comments to make? Content?
Yeah.
Okay. Right, so agenda item number 13 is any other business. Does any member have any other business? No? Great. Okay, so that brings us to agenda item 14, which is the date and time and location of the next meeting. So our next meeting will be 10 a.m. next Thursday, 13th of November, in room 29. So the meeting is now adjourned. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.